This playthrough is rated E for everyone. Are you ready to get your fisticuffs on? Greetings and salutations, viewers. While we're here with another episode of Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis. Last time we beat the game on the wit's path using our brain more than our bond to save the day, discover Atlantis, save Sophia, and ride off into the sunset. The true fourth movie. Nothing could top that. But there's more to this game. We did one of the paths with the wits, and there's two other paths we can try. One is the fight path, and another is the team path. We're gonna go on the fight path. So let's get started to it. So don't want to watch the introduction again? Don't worry about it. Press the escape button a bunch of times. It will hit up in New York.
Well, here I am in New York, wondering how Sophia Hopgood got mixed up with Nazi spies.
Huh. Crazy how that works. Crazy dames. But anyway, so the fight path works a bit differently than the previous wits path. So instead of using your brain, now we're going to use brawn. So you still have to, there is still some puzzle solving because some of the story overlaps with each other. So you still have to use point and click puzzle ideas. But there are a few puzzles specifically resolved by fighting. Now, I'm not a fan of the fighting in this game because it's very obtuse in the way it works, but I'll show you how it works. I'll probably fail the first time, and there's some dialogue for failing, at least with this guy. So let's walk over to the door and open it.
It's unlocked.
What do you want, pal? This ain't no ticket office.
Yeah, it's the big ape himself. So, or Biff. Are you in the wrong movie? Don't you have something to do with about time travel or something like that? But,
Let me in, you Darwinian nightmare.
Was that an insult?
So if you want to fight Biff, all you have to do is keep insulting him.
Well, what do you think?
I think I'm tired of fancy Dan college boys who use big words, and I think you's better apologize.
Why I oughta, you. But yeah, I mean, he's technically in the right. We are insulting him, so.
Well, why should I, you fat tub of lard?
That's it, wise guy. Put up your dukes.
Alright, oops. Time to put up our dukes. So, the fighting system works as thus. We use the number pad to utilize our ability to fight. So, it works in the 7, 8, 9, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, and 3. So, the way it works is 7, 4, and 1 are, depending on what stance you're at, will step you back away from the enemy. 8, 5, and 2 will block in that, put you in that stance to block, and then 9, 6, and 3 will attack in that stance. So it's high, middle, and low, and this goes in real time. So it's not like I mean, you could pause, but it's so quick that it's kind of like there's almost no reason to keep pausing in between the fights there. And as you can see there, you see our power bars there. So power is how much damage you can roughly put out. Health is how much you've got. So we don't have as much as Biff, but he doesn't have as much power. So if you do things right, you should be able to beat him. He's the tutorial fight because if you get knocked out by him, it's not game over. You just have to try again or try another path or something like that. So, all right, let's see if we can beat him the first time. Like I said, this one's, like I said, it's so obtuse to do this, so let's see if we can do this. So, alright, let's see if we can get some. See if we're pretty. Now, we have to be careful about not using our attack all the time because it. You see the power bar building there? You do. Oh, crap. Yeah, I got knocked out.
That'll warn ya.
Yeah, it did learn me. Because the power bar, if it's full up and then you get a good punch, then you get a lot more damage out of it. So, if you keep attacking him...
Phew, lucky that wasn't a Nazi spy or I'd be dead.
So, unfortunately, you got some good shots at the very end there. So, should have tried to be maybe a bit more aggressive or whatever. So, let's try that again.
Here I go again.
Back for more, huh?
Yeah, pretty much.
Excuse me, sorry to bother you.
Okay, so
well,
since
that didn't work.
Alright, let's see if we can insult him. I think I might have...
Third time's the charm.
I've got nothing to say to you.
Wait, I'm sorry I offended you.
Oh, In that case, what do you want?
Let me in, you Darwinian nightmare.
It's not too late to apologize, Buster.
Yeah, we're just gonna do this again.
Make me, you fat slob.
Now you've done it.
Alright, let's see if we can, I might just keep pressing the button, because it's just easier instead of waiting for the attack bar to fill up. It's, like I said, it's not very intuitive. I really don't like this system. Most fans of the series, even they say the fight system really doesn't work for what it needs to be, you know what I mean? I am really not good at like this at all. I'm like spamming the button to get it to work. Later on, I will have to generally learn how to play this.
The bigger they are, well, you know.
But anyway, that's all you do for the fight path here. And then like before, let's see. Oh yeah, we can't re-examine them, so. Oh, I wanted to go in. And there we go. So we find ourselves inside. So, oh yeah, I forgot to show off the IQ points for this. So, we get 8 IQ points for, oh sorry, we got 2 for starting playing the game again and skipping to this point. So we technically get 6 points for knocking them out. So, yeah, the way that the game works in terms of the IQ points is there's a persistent file on here. I think if you want to completely clean your file, I'd have to basically delete the game, delete everything about it, and kill the persistent file and restart if I wanted to start from scratch. But I wanted to show trying to get most of the points if I can. But anyway, if you've already gotten the points from a certain path, it won't stack up again because it knows you've already gotten them. Because I started at 2 for starting the game and solving the puzzle, which you can press the escape bar to get to. But the 6 points was added to the total of the total IQ points that we had here. So the way the fight path works is that you have to fight stuff to get extra points. So like in a lot of situations like the maze of Atlantis and stuff like that where there are Nazis running around where I just avoided them, well in this game you'll at least want to fight one of them once and beat them. So you actually get the points for that. So yeah, I'll have to learn the system. But anyway, so the reason I showed off this part of the fight path is that, well, one, to introduce it, but two, there is some dialogue from Sophia if you chose to fight first instead of doing the other paths. So I'm going to see you back at Besker College and show what her dialogue difference is between doing the fight path and like the wits path, for example. So I'll see you in a moment.
Hey! You must be the new doorman. About time they got rid of Biff. He was such a pushover.
Oh, I forgot to show that there was some extra dialogue if you knock out Biff or whatever. So, but anyway, now I'll see you in a second.
All right, I'm ready to go.
Not so fast. First, I'm going to tell your fortune. Look into my eyes. Deep into my eyes. For Pete's sake, I'm not going to hurt you. Now hold still. You are a remarkable man, Dr. Jones. You possess great strength of character. You are resourceful. But you're better with your fists than your head. I foresee combat and violence along your path to Atlantis, a path too dangerous for me.
Okay, so, yeah, after doing all that, which actually didn't take me too long, because if you know what you do and you can press escape to skip cutscenes, that's the dialogue she said. So yeah, we're more a fan of our fists. So if you want to, so in this case, if you, like in the previous game, if you want to change your mind, if you want to think your way through, that puts you back on the wits path. If you say, I'd rather tackle this together, the team path. And finally, so it'll be rough. That's the way I like it. Yeah.
So it'll be rough. That's the way I like it.
Good luck. You'll need it.
Take care of yourself, and don't talk to any strange Nazis.
So long, Indy.
Okay, so now we're just going to go back to the airport and choose our destination. Like before, we want to go to Monte Carlo first. However, that dialogue is pretty much the same on the fight path, so there's no reason to show it. So I'll go to talk to Trottier, get his business card, and I'll see you at in Algiers. So. All right, we're back in Algiers after talking to Mr. Trottier. So let's head to the shop where Omar's assistant is. And yeah, most of the stuff is going to be the same except for like certain solutions. So let's go back to the back alley. And yeah, in the fight path, he already has the red fez on, so we don't have to worry about figuring out how to give him the red fez. He just straight up has it already at the beginning. So let's give him the business card and skip the conversation because that's pretty much the same.
Excuse me.
Yes?
I think this may interest you.
Ah, so you've met our esteemed colleague, Monsieur Trottier. So what?
Well, I want to meet your master.
You mean you aren't Omar?
Don't be silly. I'm his trusted servant, Paul. Paul Abdul.
Paul Abdul? I think I made that joke last time, so.
Can you arrange a meeting with Mr. Al-Jabbar?
Well, now, since you have contacts among antiquities dealers, I guess I could see if he is available. Wait here until I get back.
Yeah, we're not going to do that, so let's follow him. And like I said, since he has the red fez, we don't have to. We can skip trying to find the fez on him. So we just have to hang close to him until he goes into Omar's place. So, all right, there he is. Let's follow him. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the man in the red hat. He's a man in the red hat, or the man in the yellow hat. I'm not sure. They all look the same. Except this guy doesn't have a curious little monkey hanging around him.
The
so.
servant's ducking into that house.
Yeah, see, just because in my Wits playthrough he popped up here, he'll pop up here because that's See, you have to follow him either way. So it's just I know in the Wits path there is another way to follow him, but it's just easier just to get the fez and everything.
I'm getting impatient.
Okay, so. Before we do anything here, let's make a save here. So there's two ways to deal with this situation. So we can either.
If only I was a couple inches taller.
What do you know about Atlantis?
I think the inches taller is a Star Trek reference.
I won't tell you anything, barbarian.
I meant Star Wars with the Leia.
I'm getting impatient.
I don't know if he has any more dialogue.
May the fleas of 1,000 camels torment you.
I was thinking if they had any more insults or whatever.
Time is running out.
You've come to the wrong place.
What do you know about Atlantis?
I think that's the doctor's
Not for all the
voice.
sand in the desert.
I think that's the doctor's voice. They just
Tell
made
me
talk
more
regularly.
or die.
I won't tell you anything, barbarian.
Time is running out.
Okay.
Not for all the sand in the desert.
So there's two solutions. Let's do the one
What
that
do you
the
know
path
about
is
Atlantis?
the path is set to.
Not for all the stars.
Achtung!
Whoops.
So, Dr. Jones, you fell right into my trap.
So let's fight him now. Oops. So now that we're fighting a different way, now the buttons have changed. So now it's 7, 4, and 1 is the attack this time. So and you can see we're about even when it comes to health, but he has less power than I do, or less power buildup. So yeah, I'm just kind of flailing really just to beat him. Ah, no. Indy's savage beating convinced Omar to cooperate with the Nazis. Later, he traded Indy's whip for a clay pot. The end. All right, let's reload that. So, whoops. So let's load that file and try that again. So,
Won't say a word.
all right, let's see. We're gonna try to beat. Like I said, it might take me a few tries to like beat them
So,
legit because I'm
Jones,
really bad about
you
doing
fell
the
right
fight path.
into my trap.
All right, let's. I really what I need to do is I need to learn to, back up when he's about ready to punch.
Thank you for saving me from that infidel. What's your name?
Indiana Jones.
Really? The famous archaeologist. What brings you to North Africa?
I heard you know something about Atlantis. I'm looking for it.
Take my advice, Doctor, and give up. There are men who will kill to stop you.
Yeah, on the fight path, Omar's a bit more nicer to you because you didn't have to trick your way into finding him. Here you save his life, so which is a nice change of pace. So all right, so I don't think it really matters what we say to him at this point. So
Well, what have they found that's worth killing for?
I don't know, but their leader, a fellow named Colonel, is ruthless. He and his team are out in the desert, turning a modest discovery of mine into a major dig. They seem to have found an outpost of the Lost Kingdom, and they're stealing my treasures.
What were they doing here?
The dig site isn't enough to sate their greed. They want more. Now, since you saved my life, here's the map and a camel to speed you on your way. Meanwhile, Paul and I must alert the authorities.
Wait, what map? Which camel?
yeah, thanks for that. Well, we are on the fight path. So all right, let's do the other way to do it. So let me make another save here. So not that it really matters. Okay, so let's do the other solution, which is kind of almost more a wits solution.
If
But
only I
whatever.
was a couple inches
Is to
taller.
use the whip on the crockery
Tell
right there.
me more or die.
Thank you for saving me from that infidel. What's your name?
Indiana Jones.
Really? The famous archaeologist. What brings you to North Africa?
I heard you know something about Atlantis. I'm looking for it.
Take my advice, Doctor, and give up. There are men who will kill to stop you.
All right. Let's see. So yeah, either way is the proper solution. You get more points if you hit him with a crockery, which is 8. If you punch him out, you get 4. But the way that the system works is that it's a persistent file. So as long as you have a file at one point that knocked him out, then it saves that, and then you can do it again and get the other path and get the full points. So like I said, I'm trying to do all the points for the game. So
You talking about Klaus Kerner?
You know the man, I see. He forced me to reveal the source of my Atlantean artifacts. He and his team are out in the desert, turning a modest discovery of mine into a major dig. They seem to have found an outpost of the Lost Kingdom, and they're stealing my treasures.
Let me tackle him for you.
Would you? And if you find Kerner, that spawn of the evil one, break his neck for me. Now, since you saved my life, here's the map and a camel to speed you on your way. Meanwhile, Paul and I must alert the authorities.
Wait, what map? Which camel?
yeah, the way he talks is it's almost like he gives it to you or something like that, which he doesn't. So anyway, let's so like in before, we need to pick up the pole, except now
Just
we
a
don't
piece
have
of bamboo.
So now we don't have to worry about Omar being locked up and getting pissed off at us. So let's pick up the blackbird. Even though we don't really need to. Blackbird sing, or whatever it is. So anyway, picked up the other statue. Use the bamboo stick on the hanging cloth. That's the map.
Oh, the stick broke, but I got the map.
All right, let's get out of here. Use the camel. Okay, so like before, we had to go to each of the nomad sites to figure out where the dig site is, which it's random, like a lot of the stuff in the game. But one thing we want to do is I want to actually fight one of the dudes because
Hey,
Your visa isn't valid for traveling outside the city. I have to take you back.
So in this case, instead of fighting the legionnaires or whatever because of the Omar setting them upon us, because we helped them out, now we're being attacked by Nazis. So if you want to get around from the Nazis, you don't want to fight them for whatever reason, or you just don't want to mess with it, you can give them the statue or the blackbird statue, and that'll get them off your butt. However, if you want the points, at least on this path, we need to fight them. So actually, probably better to save it here. So let's save it here. All right, not going back without a fight.
I'm not going back without a fight.
Preference noted.
All right, fight him. So okay, there's his power and health. Health is a little bit less. Whoops. All I really got to figure out this. I know how the system works. I'm just really bad at it. That's all.
Maybe I should have gone with Sophia.
But anyway, and if you do that, you actually get rid of all the Nazis on the map, and you only have to do it once. Let's see. Yeah, as far as I'm aware of, you can only get the points once. So, and that takes the Nazis off the map there. So let's see where the randomness in this version shows me. So,
Hello there.
Salam, Effendi.
and we'll just ask him about the map.
What do you make of this map?
This X is considerably to the south and a little to the west.
Thanks for the information.
But yeah, the way this game works is that even though if you
I
have...
die within minutes in that hellish waste.
Oh, I meant to use that.
Forget it.
Yeah. Yeah, don't go walking out in the desert unless you know what you're doing. So, alright. Yeah, this is how the Nazis get away around from you. That they have freaking cars and everything. Okay, I'll just have to avoid them. Avoid the Noid. Let's see, south into the west, huh? So, maybe I'll just go on. Actually, let me see if I can just reset them this time. Yeah, okay. Let's see if I can just quickly get around them. Whew. Okay. That'll work. Alright. I know he'll say, he'll probably say south again, into the west.
Hello there.
Salam, Effendi.
I'm not offending you.
What do you make of this map?
This X is to the south and a little to the west.
Thanks for the information.
So yeah, one more screen south and one screen west. Whoa.
Hey,
Uh-oh.
hey.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Alright, let me see if I can reset them. I mean, I guess I could get on the statue because you don't need the statues after this level, so they're kind of pointless. So I could if I get caught again. I'll just, yikes. If I get caught again, I'll just give him the statue. That'll be easier. So I don't have to mess with it.
Hello there.
Salam, Effendi.
What do you make of this map?
You are very close to the site. This X is a little to the south and slightly to the east.
Thanks for the information.
Okay, so we need to get the, there's a one nomad, camp right here. So we just need to go over there. Oh, or right there. So we don't have to ask anyone anymore now that we've gotten the actual spot, so. Alright, let's avoid it. Actually,
Get back. Get back.
Yeah, I'll show off what happens
Your
when you...
visa isn't valid for traveling outside the city. I'll have to take you back.
Let's talk this over like civilized human beings.
Let's not.
Oh. Never mind. I know you can give him the Blackbird and everything, but actually what I should have done is I should have, I might actually lose because you're supposed to say yes and then you can convince him to. Okay.
They must really want to keep that dig site a secret.
Actually, let me see if I can get the, let me see if I can show off the dialogue for giving them an item, because I know you can.
Hey, get back.
You have no business out here. I'm taking you back to the city.
Lead the way.
Follow me.
Oh, it just takes you back. Never mind. I could have swore you could give him the statues and everything like that. I think you can. I think I'm just doing it wrong or something like that. Well, you're supposed to be able to give them the statues to get them off your butt. Alright, well, whatever. I don't need to show the dialogue. I know you can.
Looks
I did
like I lost
before
those
with
guys.
I did with the Legionnaires, so. Yeah, but for some reason it wasn't giving me the option to give them the items. So, anyway,
Look
we're at
what I
the...
found. An abandoned dig site.
Let's see. I think this is actually exactly the same on all the paths, if I recall. I had to look at my notes just to make sure. Let's see. Oh no, there's some different scenes here. So, all right, we'll solve it as before. I mean, a lot of it is the same, but I'll still solve it anyway. So, because there's a ending to the sequence that's different on the fight path. So, sometimes I forget little differences between the different paths, like if they're exactly the same or if there's some slight differences between the puzzles. Because some areas are still the same, even if you're on either path. So, like we still have to go here, for example. So, all right, let's wait for ourselves to let ourselves be. See if we can see, or wait for ourselves to be able to mess with stuff.
It feels like a wooden peg. It feels like a clay jar. There's a coppery bead in here.
There's the bead. There's the wooden peg here.
This feels like a wall.
Well, yes. When is a wall a wall? Okay. Yeah. The solution is a bit different because of because you're doing a fight thing instead. So let's grab this wood.
It feels like a sharp stick of wood.
Yeah, pick that up. That's a spear or a ship rib. Yeah. All right. Check the metal thing.
It feels like a portable generator.
All right. Let's see.
I can't move it.
Now, where's the little metal thing? There it is.
Feels like an on-off switch.
All right. Push that. So we can turn on the light. Let's see. Let's see if it still lets us open up the generator from before. Oh, yeah, even the mess of the spark plugs and everything.
It's a painting of a chest or ark. I've seen that before.
Yeah, sir. That was the previous game. Interesting thing about that movie is that technically, if Indy didn't do anything, the movie would have ended.
It's a crumbling rock wall.
The ending would have ended up the same, which is kind of the funniest thing about this whole situation. So, but anyway, so let's see. I need to push. I think it was the round object over here. Yeah, push that.
I can't move it. I can't move. Is that a ball these figures are tossing around, or a stone disc?
All right, now I can.
Well, now here's something the Nazis missed.
Sorry, I had to examine. Sometimes I skip a step. You're supposed to examine it and then push the button. So, all right, there's the sunstone.
It's a small recess in the wall.
Which we got from the previous game. So, all right. And now, before, I believe on the Wits Path we didn't have to do this, but here we need to use the rib on the crumbling wall.
There's a mural behind this crumbling rock.
Yeah, we didn't have to do this before. Before we only needed the sun disk, and then we needed to do the whole spark plug thing to start the vehicle. So we could ignore this whole thing here. So let's take a look at this.
It's a map of the island of Crete with a hole in the middle. Didn't I read about that in the Lost Dialogue?
Yeah, let's read it now that we're on the fight path. It's a, whoops. Let's see. Like I said, I don't remember every single variation, so I have to recall where the difference is in this. Let's see. Well, I mean, some of the dialogue is different. I'm trying to look for the where he mentions the. Let's see. 10 beads. Oh yeah, well we know about the 10 beads. Okay.
It's a map of the island of Crete with a hole in the middle. Didn't I read about that in the Lost Dialogue?
Let me look again. So sometimes I skip over dialogue when I'm reading, so just to make sure. Because I want to show that specific part where he says that. $3,000 miles. Huh. Yeah, I'm not seeing the specific. Well, anyway, I have to put something inside of it. So, oh, I'm trying to solve the. That's right. I'm thinking of something else. So, okay. Wait. I need to use the peg hook into the mural, and then I need to use the sunstone on the peg hook, and then now I need to use it. So let me read the dialogue again. Sorry. My brain's going into like weird places today. So, okay. So, man, let's see. Suffice it, if morning light warmed the tall horns. Okay, morning light, tall horns. Okay.
That didn't do anything.
Wait. It said morning light. Oh, rising sun. Right. Derp.
Aha! Judging by the placement of the stone on this mural, I should head for Crete.
There we go. Sorry. Like I said, my brain's acting weird today, so... Alright, anyway. So, yeah, like in the previous game, the solution to the book is going to be slightly different because that's randomization. That's the thing about this game. It's got a lot of crazy randomization, so it's got multiple different paths, and then it's got randomized puzzle solutions for each path. So that's why, even though the game seems short, it's actually quite longer. If you play it multiple times, you're not going to get the exact same thing. So you have to read the book. You can't just like pick up a guide and say, this is the solution. No, you have to actually read the book and actually do stuff, which is a nice change of pace when some games could just all be solved by someone just writing up the dialogue and everything like that. So, but anyway, let's go inside.
Oops, I almost forgot the sunstone.
Right. I'm glad the game keeps reminding me. Thanks for that, game.
Tough climb.
Halt! Do you realize what you've done? You've dug an unauthorized hole.
Good lord, this guy's carrying around an Uzi or something like that, so seems dangerous here, so.
I couldn't help it. The roof fell in.
Colonel Kerner is away on reconnaissance. If I were you, I'd think up a better story than that before he gets back.
Oh, well, we have to deal with this guy. So this time, you do have to fight him, but we can't fight him with the gun part of him. So let me go ahead and save it, because I'm going to have to save it. Every time I do a fight sequence, I have to save it because I might mess up. So to get him off... Actually, can we talk to him anymore? Or let's look at him.
I don't see how I'll be able to escape while he's still got that gun.
Yep.
Listen.
What is it?
I mean, I know the solution to this, but I still want to talk to him anyway, so...
Why are you detaining me here?
I'm waiting for Colonel Kerner to return. Thereupon you'll be interrogated, tortured, beaten, and left to die in the trackless desert. Unless you misbehave, in which case we'll think of something nasty.
Oh.
I was actually about to say that too. I forgot he says that, so...
Listen.
What is it?
How would you like to own this fine leather jacket?
It is a nice jacket, but not my color.
Oh, sorry about that.
Pardon me?
What is it?
I've got this nagging rash on my knuckles. Want to see?
Try anything and you're a dead man.
We'll see about that.
Arrogant Americana.
Indy's overly reckless behavior won Rolf a medal for bravery. So yeah, there's more chances for us to die in this version. There's probably been other versions in the Wits path. I just kind of solved them too quickly. So, but yeah, you can die more often in this one because of it being more action packed. So yeah, let's go ahead and reload that. So yeah, this is what happens if you torment or mess with the guy. So all right, so what we need to do is we need to just use the whip to get the gun out of his hands.
While you're standing there, let me show you a magic trick I learned.
You'll be sorry you did that, Americana.
Alright, goodbye gun. So, alright, yeah, see, Rolf has a little bit less power than us and about the same amount of HP, so... At least I'm doing, well, I'm I was doing better, but I'm about to die. There we go. Whew.
Too bad he doesn't have anything worth taking.
Yeah, too bad we couldn't take the gun. Yeah, that's the only sad thing about the game is that this game we don't have Indy's pistol. Could they have given us, like, on the fight path, a chance to use this pistol and give us, like, 6 shots or something like that? And then when we use the 6 shots, that's it? Because for some reason I couldn't find any more bullets, but oh well, whatever. So, anyway, now we just have to get out of this place. Okay, so, let's see. Can we use the car like before? No? Well, let's use the car? Let me see if, let's see what it says. We're not supposed to, by the way, but...
It's a door.
Or at least not.
The carburetor's been ripped out. This thing will never run again.
Okay, yeah, so we can't use the truck.
What a hunk of junk.
It is a hunk of junk, so... Yeah, weirdly enough, that I think this is the only path in the game where... Because I think the team path also has to use the truck to get off here. But this is the only path where we don't actually use the truck to get away.
The tents are empty. The whole place looks abandoned.
Yeah, I think everything else is empty. But yeah, we find a rope ladder here. This conveniently used rope ladder. Let's climb it.
Hey, there's a balloon up there.
Yeah, let's fly on high. So what awaits us as we get onto the balloon? Will it work exactly the way it says it before? And what about Crete? What purveyor of pugilistic intent will we find on the Isle of Crete? We'll find out next time in the next episode of Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis, The Fighting Path. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.